Just got back from a little sourcing trip. I'll show you what I got tonight, and then probably what I got the past couple times I've gone sourcing. Here is a book that's worth around 20 bucks. It is a Dungeons and Dragons extended universe novel. Some of these can be worth pretty decent money. Not the best condition. Someone stored that with a bunch of stuff stacked on top of it. But pretty rare book. I got three other books in the same vein. Let me show you. It was four other books. This is from 2 days ago, I think. They're part of a series. This is Magic the Gathering, not Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, it's 3 books in a series. This is a complete series. This is worth around 50 and probably cost $1 each. And then this one, also a Magic the Gathering novel, probably worth 20 or more than that. Actually, I think this was pretty valuable. And this is the Artifacts cycle, complete, all 3 books. So way more money than this should be worth. Here's what I went to Goodwill for, and here's what I ended up getting. This is a new with tags pair of Ralph Lauren denim and supply cargo shorts for 10 bucks, MSRP $89.50. Here's the tag. There was a moment in time where this tag was in 100% sell-through demand. Those days have apparently passed. It's generally around 50%, but it was in really high demand because they discontinued denim and supply as a line. It's just gone. So this is a camo interior pair. Should be worth at least 50, I would guess, honestly. Cargo shorts, cargo pants are on trend. If you've read the Menswear Manifesto, you may remember this brand, Todd Snyder. Everything I've gotten from Todd Snyder has sold within a week. All of it sells for good money. This should be worth minimum 40 bucks. There is a little smudge on the collar, so I would say 35 at absolute minimum I should get for that. Here is a men's small untuck it 100% linen button down or button up. Button up. Button up, of course, is where there's no buttons on the collar. If this was not cut like a tank, I would consider keeping it for myself, but 7 bucks. Should flip for 25 or 30. Here is a plaid BKE pearl snap shirt. I've had great luck with especially this item. Let me just stand up. So BKE, good brand overall, and these kinds of plaid pearl snap shirts do very well for me. It's a medium, which is fine. XL and up do better. This is a brand I used to buy a lot when I first started reselling clothing, Xanarobe. It's an Australian brand that has fallen in popularity, but new with tags, joggers, jogger pants. That's the jogger ankle. That's the jogger waist with the drawstrings. This was 9 bucks. Should flip for 30 or 40. Demand on those is okay. It's a pair of men's Affliction jeans. Affliction shirts are great sellers. The jeans sell even better. And these are in good enough shape. There's some dirt on the knees, but 9 bucks, that's pretty easy money. This one is a total gut check. Levi's tops I'm pretty skeptical of in general, but it's this color blocked plaid flannel shirt. It is contemporary, fairly new, vintage, obviously better most of the time, but it's so outlandish. I anticipate being able to flip that for 25, cost 7. This is the second time I've found this brand since moving back, or since moving into this place rather. It's Barbell. Found a pair of shorts from them, 100% sell through on the brand. It is going in the manifesto, and polo shirts are in high demand, obviously, 6 bucks. This I shopped with my eye. It is a floral, the color matching is not real, there it is. Really bright, brighter, more vivid than is coming through in the camera. And the brand is Neff, which is a so-so brand, but just the pattern on it sold it for me $6. Couldn't believe no one grabbed this. I very rarely find vintage t-shirts, especially ones like this that just fit the aesthetic so well. It is printed on a weird tag. It's not one of the famous vintage tags. It is Styles Fiji. So there is a possibility this is not genuinely vintage, although I believe it is, just looking at it, feeling it. Single stitch. It has a couple stains on it. This one I might put up for auction because vintage is not my area of specialty and it's kind of hard to price stuff like this. I would have to guess that would be worth more than 25. And a solid bread and butter brand, not what it used to be, but still really good. Swimwear, going to just increase in sell-through and demand. $6, save money there. Let me go rummage around. Let me show you my death pile. This is nuts. Almost all of this is not listed. Some of it is photographed. My photo backdrop's gonna go there. Let me cleave off part of this carcass and show you. This was from, I don't remember. Time is blending together, either yesterday or the day before. I think probably the day before. Another Goodwill. I just said, I'm just gonna get the low-hanging fruit. I'm just gonna buy the stuff that's too good to pass up. And there was so much fruit hanging so low. A Charles Grodin book. I would perform the throat clearing ritual of saying, I hate to profit off of a celebrity's death, but there it is. But I am not bothered by this. Famous actor, just passed away. This is a very rare book. I'm happy to sell this to someone for $70, which is about what it is worth at this moment in time. First, possibly last time finding this brand. One of the absolute top-selling athleisure brands. I don't remember what the factor is. I think it's over 10x sell-through. Got this for $7. I don't know how much these are worth, but these sweat athleisure pants I think are worth way over $30, even used. For a brand that I warn people not to buy, Orvis definitely shows up in my videos a hell of a lot. This is a women's vented seersucker-ish fishing shirt. $7. The women's shirts I think are a little bit less common on eBay than men's shirts, but the demand is there. Canali dress shirt. I don't remember how strong the dress shirts are, but I figured this was an easy $25, just a real basic check there. You know it and love it. It's Robert Graham. Very bread and butter. Flip cuff. These don't sell for as much as they used to. I'll probably price it at 30, maybe 35, $7. This I bought on instinct, largely because I think it looks cool and it might fit me. It's Underworld Camden. It's a music venue in the UK. Very little track record on eBay. Pretty rare. It's $3. Someone here is probably gonna want this for 25. Price it reasonably. Hell yes. Can I get a hell yeah? I found this exact shirt one time before, not in a men's small. We'll see if this fits me. I am not too proud to wear a Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirt. One of my favorite human beings on the planet. This cost $5. And we'll see. We'll see if it fits. You probably know already, based on how small that tag is. It is, where is it? Lululemon. And this is another one that passed the touch test. And great brand. This is Catton. And their vintage swim trunks, their vintage nylon trunks are absolutely, if I could find only one kind of swimwear, that's what I would find. This is contemporary, but it has this stonewash thing going on, or tie-dye. We'll have absolutely no problem selling these. I don't know if Catton is 100% sell-through across the brand, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was. This is a haul from the thrift store, the big thrift store that is a block away from me, or was a block away from me, because the day I moved in, I went over there and they were closing the next day. That thrift store is gone. That was one of the selling points of this apartment. I am not having buyer's remorse for the apartment, but it just, that would hurt. That was a knife straight between the ribs. Thankfully, there's still a ton of thrifting to be done, more than a ton. There's 800 tons of thrifting to be done around here. So not a huge loss, but it is a huge loss. So this is the first and last haul from them. Everything was 75% off. This is a pair of Levi's. They are 541s, 36 waist, 34 inseam, black, 75% off of 13, whatever that is. Here is just a vintage Cape Cod sweater, kind of a Henley sweater. Definitely vintage. I think it was made in USA. It wasn't. Probably worth 25. 75% off of 6. Basic Adidas activewear compression shirt, Climacool, 75% off of $6. Sorry, this God, this wasn't that thrift store. This is another thrift store in the same chain, but these were also on discount. These were like half off, so half off of 6. Mountain Hardwear base layer t-shirt. Here's yet another Villain Club. There must have been an event here, because this is the second Villain Club shirt I've found. It's part of the Bullet Club, which is a wrestling stable attached to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Very, very popular in the United States. You will see these shirts all over the place when you know to look for them in terms of people wearing them. So $4 or less. I don't remember what the color barb sale was. This is another wrestling stable that I don't recognize, and there's no record of it on eBay, but it's definitely something indie. And even if they don't have fans, that's something that someone would buy just for irony value. Printed on a pro wrestling tee, which is how I knew that it was a pro wrestling stable. I'm not that big of a nerd. $4. Yes, I am. This is a really great brand to be on the lookout for in terms of scrubs. This and Figs are the two best scrub brands that I'm aware of. I found one Janu piece, Janu, before, sold right away. Maybe this, I don't know. Maybe this was from that thrift store. I don't know. A pair of Spanx. This is one of the few women's clothing brands I will just buy unconditionally based on brand alone. Spanx is a really, really great seller for me. I've only sold it once or twice before. People hang on to it. They don't really donate it that much. Good find. This is from the one that closed down, Duluth Trading Co. Size XL, 75% off of 13. Basic shirt. Here's a vintage LL Bean made in Freeport, Maine. Oxford shirt. I don't buy anything from LL Bean for the most part unless it is made in Freeport, Maine. So this was 75% off of $9. It's a pair of military issue navy blue cargo pants. I find a lot of this stuff in San Diego because of the military presence. It's something I should know more about because it's really abundant here and some of it is in demand. I think this should appeal to all sorts of different people. But some of the military stuff, especially vintage stuff, and some of the more technical, higher end, contemporary pieces can bring great money. Second one of these. This is those shorts. Pair of North Face shorts. 75% off of $5 for a basic pair of Reebok active shorts. Columbia PFG. Been finding a whole lot of this, which is fortuitous because it's going to be a hot seller in the hot months. It is a medium vented fishing shirt. Here's another vintage Freeport, Maine LL Bean shirt. Oh, Man, do I have something to show you. Crazy finds. Just that day, I had moved all of my suits and jackets into this place, which burned about 8,000 calories. They're very heavy, they're very bulky, they take up a lot of space, and I had vowed to just move them out and only buy stuff that was really exceptional. I really didn't want to spend any money on suits anymore. And then I found all this stuff. So this, I don't remember the name of this kind of plaid. This blue, navy blue, and dark green plaid it has a specific name, and this is Brooks Brothers, the Regent Fit. Rick, Thrift Fever, recently sold something very, very close to this for around $100, I believe. And it cost me $9. These two that I'm about to show you are two of the all-time best finds I've ever gotten in all of clothing selling, and I don't want to become a clickbait guy, and I don't want to say that all the time, but this time it is really true. I could not believe what I found. So you see this hanging there, and to the untrained eye and the untrained hand, or the lazy, this just looks like nothing. You take the 2 seconds to go through and look at the tags. All right, maybe more than 2 seconds. It's an Isaiah Napoli unstructured 100% linen blazer. Priced at $9. I don't know how much this is worth. Very plausibly more than 200, very plausibly more than 300, possibly as much as 500 if I had to guess. But this is contemporary. It is in the season. It's immaculate. It's honestly slippery. It looks great. There is no way I don't make some impressive amount of money off of this, and it has working surgeon's cuffs. So I know I include this tip in every video that involves a jacket, but when the buttons unbutton, when they actually work, that's called a surgeon's cuffs or working cuff. That's a signifier of quality, because most jacket buttons are just ornamental. This is the find of the year. This and the next one are both the find of the year. This next one was hanging out just a couple jackets down. Another one that would never catch your eye if you were just looking at the rack. You would think surely this is Joseph A. Bank or Nordstrom's or Bullock's or some other nonsense. Got it for $13. Very soft to the touch. It's unstructured. And it's Loro Piana house brand. So obviously, people know, a lot of people know, Loro Piana makes fabric, makes wool fabric that's used by other suit makers that's typically pretty pricey. Loro Piana also has Loro Piana branded clothing that's not attached to any other brand that is significantly higher value than the average Loro Piana. A Loro Piana house branded polo will easily sell for upwards of $50. In fact, I think I've sold the one that I found for more than 50. So also haven't looked this one up. Same numbers. I assume that this is worth minimum 200. I'm not going to flip these too quick. I'm going to sit on these and wait for the right buyer, because the quality simply demands it. Especially because the material composition of this is 50% silk, 50% cashmere. I realize that living in California is a pain in the ass. My ass is always in pain. One of the consolations is that you can have hauls like this every time you go thrifting, in my experience, or most of the time. The challenge isn't finding stuff. The challenge is listing it, and also having the what was it that Stone Cold said? The intestinal fortitude to be able to pay the high gouge prices. But the stuff is there. when you're willing to look for it and willing to buy it. Not always like Loro Piana and Isaiah Napoli, but I am spoiled living in California. Okay, I didn't mean to show you every single haul that I've had since my last video, but we're almost at the end, so might as well. Here's a vintage, made in USA, Hawaiian shirt. That brand is not significant, at least not to me. But I think this one was on sale. This might have been the 75% off day. As I've said before, I don't remember. Price at $8, it's probably more like $4. Yep, this was the 75% off day. Just a Carhartt basic shirt, relaxed fit, 2XL. So this stuff was all essentially free, really. Here's a vintage LL Bean, made in USA. This must have been the same day. Yeah, it was. I remember this. Duluth Trading Co. It's another just basic shirt. Yep, size XL. Here's a Lululemon polo. No tag, no branding, except for way down in the corner here, there's the Lululemon logo. You know what it looks like. 5'11", tactical polo shirt. Travis Matthew polo for real cheap. Here's a cycling jersey from this company I wasn't familiar with. Cycling jerseys can be great sellers. Given what they are, just a flimsy little piece of polyester, people will pay 30, 40, 50 bucks for this stuff sometimes. I don't remember how much this is worth. I just remember that it's one of the spendier brands and it's in pretty high demand. PacSun jeans. PacSun, an okay seller, decent seller. I find a lot of it living in San Diego. It's usually not that cheap, but you know, 75% off of 13. Why not? I think those are women's. Yeah, so I got two of these pajama sets, top and bottom. Just felt really nice, and it's new with tags, and that's the brand. Kindred Bravely, extra small. It was 75% off of 25, so this was $5 each per set. Nope, it wasn't $5. It was something, some kind of a number. Okay, last thrift haul. This is from a really small thrift. I don't even bother going to. Most of the time it's overpriced, but this is pretty decent. So $5 for a vintage-ish Nike Air Jordan tank top. Here's a brand I forgot to include in the manifesto. An update is coming. Coolie Bar. That's what it says. It's not really that legible. It's Coolie Bar, C-O-O-L-I-B-A-R. They make UPF shirts, activewear shirts, 100% sell-through across the brand on Coolie Bar. And I've never found Coolie Bar that was overpriced. People price it low because it feels like something that's bad. Carhartt, yeah. A pair of Carhartt cargo pants, shorts. There it is. And I spent an unknown amount of money on that, probably between 5 and 7. This was from a Goodwill. Copy of the original Quake. And me and the other nerd who rang me up had a long conversation about the music soundtrack for Doom. And all the women around us just started screeching like we were the Beatles. It was amazing. Here is a really good brand, one of my favorite brands to find in terms of swimwear. The Da Hui, that didn't really show it. That's the brand, not Hybrid Collection. It's this Hawaiian, probably word, Da Hui. I have sold this exact pair of pants, shorts, good lord, before, and they are 100% sell-through, very solid. Final item, Johnny Cupcakes. Rarely find Johnny Cupcakes. That's the logo. And here's the tag, Johnny Cupcakes, over 100%. Sells really well. That's it. I am gonna do nothing but photograph and list and clean and arrange for the next year. So thanks for watching. And maybe at some point, if you care enough, I will give you a tour of the apartment. So, adieu.